Hello, my name is Aidan Rice and welcome to another episode of Clickynet TV. Today's expert interview topic is something that everyone experiences at some stage. It's something that thousands of people look for every day online in your local area alone. And that is how to find a good architect. We're excited that you're here and thrilled to have a very special guest with us today. Dermot is from Dermot Kelly Architecture and Design. Dermot, thank you very much for joining us.
Hello Aidan, how are you? Thanks a million for the opportunity.
Excellent. Well, we've brought you on here today, Dermot, to answer questions that we've had in from several viewers, and that is, with so many architects out there, how does someone go about finding the right one for them, and what advice would you give our viewers on what they should look for before they actually select an architect?
Well, Aidan, I think that this falls under three headings: competence, the package of service that you're going to be offered, and then the rapport that you feel with the architect that you choose. So the first one of those is competence, and the first thing to look for is membership of the Royal Institute of the Architects of Ireland. So, like you can see under my name, it should say MRIAI, and membership of the institute means that they're qualified architects with design training. There are lots of people out there offering architectural services who aren't trained in architectural design. So that's the first step. And then if a person is a member of the institute, they'll be able to look after your main legal obligations when you're doing a building job. So the two main, I suppose, sets of legal obligations are your obligations under the Building Control Amendment regulations and your health and safety obligations. So membership of the institute means that you're fully qualified, and so then BCAR and PSDP can be dealt with by a person who's a member, but it's less qualified people would have to bring in additional services to meet those needs. So once you found someone who's competent, is the standard agreement for architectural services, which is used by the RAI, and this gives you a list of everything that you should ask for. It's kind of the minimum standard of service that you should get. And then taking that as a starting point, you should ask questions like, how many design versions will the architect go through with me? What sort of media will they use? Will it be a two-dimensional process or a three-dimensional process? Really, in this day and age, an architect shouldn't ask you to decide on a design based on plans and sections. There should really be 3D graphics or architectural models. And architectural models are the most traditional and probably still the best way of describing a design to somebody. It lets you pick the building up and look inside it, and it forces the architect to think through every most lines is the building information modeling service, whereby the entire design is developed in a 3D model, which also automatically creates the two-dimensional drawings. And the benefit of this, from the client's point of view, is that you can see every aspect of the design in 3 dimensions, so there are no mysteries, there are no surprises when the building is built. You know exactly what you're getting. And it's very easy for a person who isn't used to dealing with drawings to understand what they're paying for. So I suppose that the lowest level of presentation that you should go for will be based on two-dimensional drawings with then selected views produced in 3D models, but that's not quite as good. Then the last aspect, of course, will be the rapport. Your architect is a person that you need to work with. He's a person you need to accept advice from, and obviously you need to accept their design style. Every architect will have a portfolio, usually online, that you can look at, find somebody that you like, then ask yourself the questions that I've just described, and meet with them. They should give you an opportunity to get to know them, and you just need to understand months, in some cases years. You'll be seeing them once every few weeks. You'll be having meetings, and you're going to need to rely on them for some pretty hefty advice. So the rapport is a major issue. I'd say if you follow those 3 things: competence, package of services, and the rapport, then it's a good starting point.
That's great advice, Dermot, and it makes a lot of sense. So let me ask you, having been in this business for such a long time, I'm sure you've seen a lot of architects come and go, and I know there are many reasons why you guys are so successful, but I guess this had a lot to do with the experience that you do leave your customers and clients with. Can you tell me a little bit about the experience that you and your colleagues create for your customers?
Well, we are a small business, so that gives the benefit of very personal service. And I try to use technology to the fullest extent possible to give the clients an outstanding service. So the sorts of modeling technology that I talked about, keep the client up to date very rapidly. So communication is very important to me, and I like to think that I've established a very good relationship with all of my clients, and I'm always on the end of the phone. That communication is a big issue in architectural services. I try to make myself as available as possible, so clients always feel they can pick up the phone and just talk to me, and they never feel separated from the design process, so that it's something that they're not in control of.
Outstanding, brilliant stuff, Dermot. So that obviously goes back to the rapport that you've built with your clients. I know that you had very generously wanted to offer something for people who are watching this segment.
Yes. Now, so, go ahead.
People who are new to you and your company.
Mm-hmm.